Shut up and sit down.
What's the story, Internet? What is the story, Internet? Hope everyone is having a wonderful Thursday. Welcome back. We are back to regularly scheduled programming, back to a time before all the fervour of the European Super League, which made me even not want to discuss football out of disgust and disdain for those teams that joined such a horrible, horrible thing. But we are back to regularly scheduled programming. So, there have been some midweek matches, and I want to go through some of the matches that happened this midweek, as there have been some changes in some of the big leagues. So, starting with La Liga. So, it's been going a little bit all over the place in La Liga because Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid and Barcelona are all right next to each other. And just as one wins, the other one wins, and the other one wins, and they keep jumping all over the place. So where was it? Real Madrid were first. They beat Cadiz 3-0 quite easily. And then Atletico Madrid played earlier this morning. They won 2-0 against Huesca. And then Barcelona won 5-2 against Getafe. So in the standings, Atletico Madrid are still top of the pile on 73. Real Madrid are on 70 and Barcelona are on 68. However, due to the Copa del Rey final over the weekend, Barcelona do have a game in hand. So if they win that, they would leapfrog Real Madrid and be on 71 points. And let's not forget Sevilla, because they're on 67 points. So they are still there or thereabouts now. It would require all three teams to just utterly collapse, at least for 2 matches, for Sevilla to catch up. But they're not completely out just yet. So, moving over to Germany. Now, the big one, because there weren't really any upsets, Bayern won, Wolfsburg won, not really too many upsets. I just want to have a look at... So Bayern did beat Leverkusen, so that was a big thing, first against 6th. The big one, though, was Schalke losing to Arminia Bielefeld and being relegated. This is a team that was in the quarterfinals, even the semi-finals of the Champions League, just over 10 years ago when Manuel Neuer had that incredible season for them. And now they're being relegated into the Bundesliga 2. And it's just very sad for such a big team to go down. Such a storied club with many big moments, many big players, and just very, very sad to see. And then we jump over to Italy, and again, just like in La Liga, a couple of teams not necessarily leapfrogging each other, but they're all, in a way, it's almost the opposite, where it's like these teams are trying to prove who's worse. So Juventus did beat Parma 3-1, so that's good for them. Spezia drew 1-1 with Inter Milan, which is crazy. Inter Milan just not doing very well at the moment, out of nowhere. And when I say not doing well, in relation to how they were doing, I mean, they drew with Napoli, drew with Spezia. And if you look at that, before that, it's win. So it's like, where did these draws come from? And then just because AC Milan said, hold my espresso, and they went and lost to Sassuolo. So the standings over in Italy, Inter Milan are still 10 points clear, which if AC had won, it would have only been 8, which is still a lot, but, would have held the gap a little bit. Atalanta jump into 3rd, overtaking Juventus, thanks to their draw with Roma. And then Juventus are in 4th, and then Napoli in 5th. So 2nd to 5th are all very close. AC on 66, down to Napoli in 5th on 63. Inter is running away with it. But it's still quite close at the top, relatively speaking. So, and then we move over to the Premier League, because there were some midweek matches in the Premier League, which were quite interesting. So, let me just refresh my page. It's still saying that I'm on the weekend. That shows you how long it's been since I've had a look. So, kicking off all the fervour with the European Super League, we had Leeds 1, Liverpool 1. That's where we first saw the big protests on Monday. So a big blow to Liverpool in their efforts to get into the top 4. And it was a very even match. Leeds had 62% possession, Liverpool with 38, 12 shots to Liverpool 17, 5 shots on target to Liverpool 7. So fair play to Leeds. It did take until the 87th minute to equalise, but still, thoroughly deserved point there. Moving on to Tuesday, we had Chelsea 0, Brighton 0. Pretty boring match. It was more what was happening off the pitch, which is more important. The instance with Petr Cech trying to reason with fans to let the bus through, the match being delayed because they couldn't get the aforementioned bus through, and then shortly after the match kicked off, the announcement that Chelsea was going to pull out of the Super League. And then moving on to Wednesday, Tottenham 2, Southampton 1. Ryan Mason's perfect record for Tottenham. 1 match, 1 win. Can't ask for more than that. So good to see from a former player. I was talking to someone the other day. It's like the battle of the former players. You've got Solskjaer, you've got Ryan Mason, you've got Scott Parker, you've got Arteta. It's nice to see. So, and then also yesterday we had Aston Villa versus Manchester City. Now Aston Villa scored after 30 seconds, but then unfortunately Phil Foden and Rodri were able to get Manchester City the win. A little bit of a cagey match. John Stones and Matty Cash getting sent off, but Manchester City did end up pulling ahead, and they had the possession 72-28. But with all that possession, Aston Villa still had 8 shots and 3 on target, so good for them. That does mean that Manchester City has played 1 more match than Manchester United, and they are 11 points clear. So this weekend, when Manchester United play in lieu of Manchester City playing in the League Cup final against Tottenham, it could go down to 8 points, which very similar to what was a possibility in Serie A. They're kind of running away with it, but it's still relatively close. And then one last match. We had a match today, which was Leicester City 3, West Brom 0. So fair play to Leicester City, still in their own hopes to get into the Champions League places. They are in 3rd and being chased hotly by Chelsea and West Ham and Tottenham and Liverpool. So they need to keep up their fine form that they've been having recently. So that'll do it with a review of the midweek matches. As I mentioned, over this weekend we've got the League Cup final, got some Premier League matches, potentially some big matches around the rest of Europe with those ones that I mentioned that are so close. So I will be back with you with a preview match, probably scheduled to upload first thing tomorrow morning. It's probably what I'm aiming for. So, but in the meantime, I hope you're all staying safe, keeping out of trouble. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you're all still celebrating that defeat of the European Super League. And until next time, ta-ra for now.